Hey everyone, thanks for visiting my channel, Fleeting Beauty by Simply Kim. Today we'll be doing a wig review, so stay tuned. So thanks again for joining me today. I am doing a wig review on a kinky straight wig made by Luffywig. I purchased this wig on Amazon about a month ago and thought I would show you guys what I thought of the wig since I've had it for now quite a few weeks. And I must say, I really love the wig. I love how natural it looks. It looks very much like black hair that's been permed, as kinky straight wigs usually do. There are some pros and some cons with this wig, and I'll talk about those as we go through. But just a little bit more about the wig. It's a 13x6 lace front wig. The color is a 1B, so it's not quite black, but it's not quite brown. As you can see, the hairline is pre-plucked. The knots are bleached pretty decently. The hairline's pretty natural. There's some baby hair as well, not too much, depending on your taste. I wouldn't add any more baby hair to this wig. And you can see the hairline. It's pretty decent, especially on the sides. I would say that the front of the hairline at the top area wasn't quite what I like, so I will trim it a little bit. You can see the inside. Like I said, it is a 13x6. There are 4 combs. It's got the adjustable strap all the way in the back. And it is not a 360 lace, so you only have the lace in the front for your parting area from ear to ear. I thought it was really high quality hair for the most part. The ends are not great, but you can always cut those off. As I mentioned, I wanted to do a little bit more plucking at the top of the hairline because I thought that was a little thick. So I'm using a technique of going a couple of layers in at the front of the wig and plucking from the inside instead of screwing up the very front of the wig. I think the objective is just to thin out the front of the wig, just like our natural hair tends to be a little bit thinner in the front, and then it kind of gets thicker as you go back. So I did do some of that with a little bit more plucking, and now I'm just going in to do some curls. As you can see, the hair is pretty thick. The density for the wig is 130. The only thing about that, I mean, I know that my attitude about buying a 130 density wig is that if I'm going to get the texture in a kinky straight texture, I think 130 is the best way to go because the hair is so thick already. I would say that this wig was closer to a 150 density, especially once I got the curls in, once I got the body and all that. I realized that the wig was just still way more thick than what I personally like. So I'm adding a little bit of mousse here just so that I can get some curls. What I typically do is I try to flatten the hair a little bit first, and then I'll add in some curls. So that's what I'm doing. This is kind of the second phase. I've already done the other side, and so now I'm just working on the right side of the wig. But you can see how pretty the hair is. I mean, you can see that there's texture to it. It's not silky, plasticky or anything. This is human hair, if I haven't already mentioned that. And again, this is, you can see the lace is still on the wig, and it does run from ear to ear, which is about 13 inches wide, and then it goes 6 inches back so that you can part really far back and always see that lace, as opposed to seeing the tracks. When you part the wig, you can do an L-shaped part, you can do a regular straight part, just because you got all that space to work with. So this is a really nice curling iron. If I can remember the name of it, I will put it in the description below, but I got mine at Bed Bath & Beyond. What I really like about it is that it's got the tips so that I can put my fingers there without burning myself. I really like that. But you can see how good the hair holds the curl. And those curls did last. Me trying it on, flipping it around, and even taking the wig back off to do a little bit more work to it, which you will see in a little bit. But you can see I'm just kind of doing a pass through, especially at the roots. I'm trying to thin it out so that it's not super thick. And then after a couple times, I'll go ahead and start curling it like I'm curling it now. As you can see, I'm not a hairdresser, which is why I know anybody can do what I'm doing. Voila! Yep, I'm about to do it. So I tried on the wig after I curled it, and it was just so thick. I swear it was like 150, 180. So I decided that I would go and do some drastic thinning out of the hair by using my personal shaver to take out a couple of layers near the top area of the wig. You can see how much I removed. It's not horrible. I mean, the idea is to go in and do something like this. You could go in and you could do a lot of cutting if you wanted to, but I'm doing it the quick way. So I'm gonna finagle and do this in a couple little spots just to kind of thin it out, especially up in the crown area. That's where you definitely want your hair to lay flat. There's another couple of ways that you could do this to kind of make it more flat, and that's wetting it. You know, the idea is to change the hair follicles direction. So if you can get the hair wet and then put a stocking cap or something really tight on it overnight, usually that'll help the hair to lay down. But you can really only do that with wigs that are of a silkier texture. Trying to do that with a kinky straight hair texture doesn't always work, just because the hair is already very thick. It's not fine. So your hair is going to kind of swell back up again depending on the type of hair that you have. Again, right now I'm trying to relax the curls because I realized I had so much body. You can get so much body with this hair texture, and that also makes the hair look really full and maybe not as natural, depending on your taste. So I'm just trying to get the hair to calm down some. Alright, so now we're going into the scar way. As I mentioned, this is a lace front wig. It's not made with the silk top wigs that we see sometimes that has the more natural looking scalp in the parting area. So there's a way to get around that. Those wigs generally a little bit more expensive, but with this technique of using the scar away tissue, you can actually mimic a scalp, you know, so that it looks like skin in the parting area instead of having that lace grid being exposed. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So right now I've kind of taken a guesstimate of about how much I need. We know that the parting space goes back about 6 inches. So I am working on cutting that piece out. What you'll want to do in addition is, depending on your skin tone, you will want to go in and add, you can use a pressed powder, you can use any kind of powder that you want, or foundation if you want. I just think that the powder is a little easier to manage, and just kind of fill in that parting spot wherever your part is on your lace, and add color if you need to. Now, if the Scarway tape is close to your shade, you really don't have to worry about doing this step. And after you've done that, you're going to want to seal that in with some sort of a hairspray. I like the Got to Be Glued spray. So I'm spraying that on to seal the color, and I'm just drying it before I add the Scarway tape. And I'm adding in the tape. You want to add that tape just a little bit after the front of your lace, just so that you don't have kind of a lip there. You want to be able to have your lace lay flat on your head, so don't put your tape all the way to the end. There's my wig cap and my wig grip. The wig grip is great. It's a velvet strip with the Velcro on the end so that you can wrap that right around your head. The point of the wig grip is so that you don't have to glue down your wig, and it keeps your wig securely in place. I have the kind that has that strip right there. It's like a lace strip, so that when you do part your wig, you won't be able to see the wig grip underneath. Okay, that's my Got to Be Glued. It's like a hair gel that I use just to put a little bit in a spot on my forehead to keep my wig down from flipping up. Right now what I'm showing you is how much shedding the wig had when I tried it on the first time. And that's just from me combing through the wig, not even thinking about it shedding until I looked down and there all the stuff was, just a bowl full of hair. That would be the only con to the wig. I would say that it doesn't feel like a 130, and if you're looking at it right now, you can kind of see what I mean by that. It still feels more like a 150 density wig. That would be my guess. And I would say that despite it being a kinky straight wig, which by nature, I mean, that's just going to be a thicker wig, but I would say the density is not true to how they advertised, in my opinion. So now I'm going to go in. I thought that the tape and me using the powder on the inside would be close enough to my skin color, to my liking, but I felt like I just wanted to add a little bit more color, and I also like to extend that color down to my forehead just to make it look a little bit more realistic. So that's what I'm doing right now. And lastly, I'm going to work on a little bit of baby hair. Like I said, I'm a grown person. I don't really need a lot of baby hair. I'm not a baby hair fanatic. So I'm just putting in just a wee bit just to make that parted area a little more realistic. And once I finish with that, I think I'm done. I'm gonna throw some makeup on while I'm sealing the deal with my baby hair and my gel using my scarf. I got, you know, a little bit of lay down on my sides and I'm good to go. So tell me what you think about this wig. I think it turned out pretty nice with some extra work. Thanks for watching.